um, what in the world is happening? Oh, oh my goodness! Oh, those fireworks. Come on in, guys. We got to talk real quick. I know everybody is not asleep. I know somebody is up on the tube right now. Come on in. Oh, Boo Fest. Everywhere. They everywhere. God. They everywhere. This is a pre-show. Click like when you come in. Click like when you come in so I'll know who's in the chat. I know y'all don't like when I'm not cammed up. I don't have a battery on my camera right now, so I was like, well, I'll just do a pre-show. I won't do like a full out show, and I just want to get on here and talk real quick, y'all. I'm freaking. Oh my god. Oh, let me calm down so I can talk to y'all real quick. Why me? Why? I'm freaking going crazy right now. I'm freaking going crazy right now, guys. I'm going crazy right now, and so I had to pop on YouTube so I can, y'all, calm down, Janice. Please calm down so you can tell the people what you y'all. I got the damn thing titled pre-show. This is the show that I'm about to do. Feds on YouTube. I got a thing titled pre-show just because my battery camera is not charged right now. But when I say oh man. I see this. I see what's going on so clearly now. When I say I see what's going on so clearly now, I may need a little help surrounding this. However, when I say I see what's going on, I see what's going on, guys. Some of you, okay, please click like it here, guys. Click like, share the live. This is titled the pre-show. And it's only that because baby, you guys will need to see my face. Okay. My battery take a little while to charge. I don't even be popping up on YouTube at no 10 o'clock at night. But I just saw something on the tube that made me come and pop up on here. Oh my Jesus! What the? Why is it that when Black Americans, Negroes, colors, the genuine ones, why is it that every time we try to do something, anything, because we're so meek and mild, we don't go to war because we just be minding our own business. Why people always have to thwart it? Hey, Scotty said they're unraveling. Oh my Jesus Christ! The hell that I've been through, you have no clue. I cannot start to explain. That's why I said this. You will need to see my face in order for me to even explain the cost that I have paid in order to just get information out, and the people surrounding, thwarting the information, now getting on YouTube, repeating shit that I've said on this bitch verbatim, like I'm dead. Don't do you know I see you? Do you know I'm still alive? You cannot come on YouTube and repeat you can't go on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, nowhere, and repeat my research and then credit somebody else and credit yourself and pat yourself on the back. The fuck is this a parallel universe? I spent 7 days, 6 days away from YouTube. People think I'm deceased. The niggas think I was deceased. You know I can see you, right? Oh, child. That's why I said I need to get on. I'm telling you. I am telling when I run down this price that I have paid. See, some of y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. Some of y'all have no clue. You just come on here because you see me live. You don't know that I pay any price, because some shit I don't even complain about. Some stuff, most of the time, y'all hear those fireworks outside. Most of the time, I get on here. I get on here and I just talk about history. I don't really talk and do deep dives on, you know, myself, on what I'm going through. But when people come on YouTube that has not been through the hell that I've been through, and then they go to point poking out their chest like they done damn got some breaking damn news, and they done led the people to the promised land, and they deserve this and deserve that, and all. What the fuck are y'all? What in the world? What in the world? It y'all. Mm. I need some prayer right now. I need some prayer. That's what I need, prayer. I should have prayed before I even came on here, because y'all, when I say amped, I am amped. I just seen something on YouTube and I am so freaking. People got some nerve. Thank you for the super chat, Chief Bass. I see you. I appreciate that. Oh, for a beautiful one. Thank you. Thank y'all. Look, somebody said, bitch is trifling. These are people that got caught cheating on tests in school, just plagiarized away. The U.S. government knows they taking our shit. Man, know it. Hey, T. Nicole. T, this ain't even alive. I just literally just popped up because I just saw something on YouTube and I just had to put my channel back in rotation so people can know I'm alive. Like, I don't know what I came on live last week, but you spend a few days away and people think you're deceased. So now they can come out. Now the crypt keepers can come out and get to talking. Wait, no. You niggas don't never come out and talk ever again. Especially not in the forefront of nothing. Wait a minute now. What? Whoa. Hey, Classy Pearl. Keelan said, what is it? This what it is? They everywhere, Keelan. They everywhere. They done stole y'all names. Child, first they was Airbays, then they something else, now they Joneses. And now they saying, it is I. It is us. When I say I see the play so clearly now, at first maybe I didn't see the play. I was a bit naive. I didn't see the play because I be wanting to think people are good. Maybe I didn't see the full play at first. But something transpired with me this month, guys. Something transpired with me this month that I have not told y'all about. Um that that I am going to tell y'all about. That and it ties in to the tube. And now and now that people are coming out like the goddamn crypt keepers, it's like whoa now. Now that this has transpired, I don't now everybody want to goddamn come out. Well, I'm so amped. I am so freaking amped right now. She said, Tina Cole said, you know, I ran to the tool to see my girl. I was waiting to see you had that shit on. I got it on. My camera just dead. I got it on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Hey, Roy PhD, what's going on? What we doing? We getting the war paint out? I'm gonna explain this situation to you guys. I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow. Cause I just put pre-show because I just had to come on today so you can get my raw emotions about something that I just see cross my damn timeline on the tube, on the Tizu, which I will not tell y'all what it is, but if you're on the tube and you're in into history, I'm sure you probably can guess what I'm referring to. Um what? Yeah, then they say they African slaves and got the last name Jones Smith Jackson from the white person instead of the other way around. Scotty, you know, people are so weird. People are so weird. Um, However, it's a group of people on YouTube that works directly. When I say directly, and I'm not gonna say there's something wrong with working for the feds. It's something wrong with working for the feds if you're in the history space. And I'm just gonna goddamn put it like that. If you're not in the history sector on YouTube and you work for the feds, fine. If you're in the history sector on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, in life, and you work for the feds, that's a problem. That's a problem because you know the people need the correct history without any grifts. The people need the correct history without you changing your tune to match the wave. See, some people are the wave, and then some people change the flag that they wear in order to match the wave. Then they jump on the wave, update their information, and then poke out their chest like, it is I. I need some goddamn shirts made at this point to say, it is I. No, it's not you. It's not you. Master H, they would have looked. Oh, when I show you guys just this one little piece of information, it was definite. No. They replaced me in their mind for sure. The people literally sat here and kept knocking the bowl of cereal. I don't know whether some of y'all remember the analogy that I gave either last week or the week before last about every time you turn your back, somebody knock your bowl of cereal over. They just keep knocking it over. You make you another bowl, they knock it over, and then they keep knocking it over because they're waiting to see how you're going to react. And then based on your reaction, they get to say, "See, I told you." Then when you go and steal the cereal out of the store because you done bought 10 boxes of cereal, that's just how many bowls of cereal you had not got knocked over. Then you go and just take a box out the store and like, fuck it, I'm not gonna keep coming here and buying a box of cereal. I'm just gonna take this box, whatever. Got him for stealing. Now you in jail for stealing. See, I told you that was a crook. That's the analogy, right? And when I say it's people on YouTube that is just looking at those of you who have discovered certain things about your family, They're going to knock your bowl of cereal over by introducing something to you that they know is wrong, by grifting what a person who was genuine, like me, told you. And then they're going to try to take you another step and say, okay, well, add this, add a lean process to it, and then you can knock your bowl of cereal over right in front of you. And then they're going to sit there and watch you do that lean process, and you're going to go to fucking jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. And I'm going to tell you that's exactly what is going on now. The land conversation cannot be destroyed because history ties directly into it. You can't destroy, you can't replace the person who brought it to the forefront. Although you would like to replace, you needed to, you had a plan to replace the person who brought it to the forefront, only so that you can grift your way into the conversation, add your processes to get whole groups of people locked up who are only trying to do the right thing. But you had a plan already to knock their bowl of cereal over. That's what you had planned. And so you thought it'll be easy for you to do. Now that it's so far in the forefront, you thought it'd be easy. Okay, here go another fresh group of people who are on the hunt for their ancestors' land, on the hunt for the truth, actually finding out, actually using the right steps, going the right steps. Let's put some distractors. Let's put some people out in the forefront. Some it is I people out in the forefront. And let's decorate them as if they have the knowledge, and let's let them introduce something else to the conversation so that people can do, and boom, we got them. We can lock them all up then, guys. Just to show is Janice stay her ass off the internet. Just to show is I stay off this internet. Just to show is I don't pop up on this bitch every 7, 8, or 10 days. It'll be just an all-out war of people trying to tell you different processes to steal fucking property. Because that is their goal. To tell you, teach you how to steal. And it's like a YouTube, the fucking prison pipeline that has been going on. It was going on before I got on YouTube. It's going to be going on after I decide I never want to come on YouTube no more. It's going to still be going on. It's a YouTube, the prison pipeline, and there's so many feds on this bitch. In plain clothes, some that are now deciding to show their face because they think they're in the clear for whatever reason. And when I break this down, you guys will understand very clearly. People do not have your best interest. And it's a crying fucking shame that so many good people with great information have gotten ran away, bullied away. They don't talk on YouTube anymore just because they don't want to deal with the BS. See, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I am telling you. If you go back to a person's content from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and they had a goddamn red flag with a green star in it, and they had an L Bay or anything on their name, and they said, and they say any motherfucking thing about land, I don't give a fuck whether it's something that they repeated from me. I don't give a fuck if it's something they repeated from the Bible or Jesus himself. Do not follow them, period. There's a RICO case going on right now. One of the guys who have got indicted in this RICO case is a former police officer who is in prison, who went to prison for putting liens on property. In his indictment, you will never motherfucking guess who they said he's associated with. See, I wish my battery camera was on. I'm gonna show this when I cam up tomorrow. I just titled this the pre-show because now that I read this indictment with this ongoing RICO, this shit makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. A former police officer, full nigga, darky. I don't know if he a full nigga or not, but he dark. He a darky. A police. Federal indictment for putting liens on properties. You in the indictment paper, it says he is a Nuwaubian Moor. He's associated with the Nuwaubian Moors, guys. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. And then I turns on YouTube. Then I turns on the tube today. And the crypt keeper, and I see a crypt keeper putting land and more in the same sentence. I just can't make this shit. You can't make this shit up. And it's like simultaneously, this is happening. As this RICO is still brewing. And the only reason I know that there's a RICO going on is because I pulled up the Secret Service website and I saw all this money they had on these Russian heads, these $10 million, basically these bounties, these $10 million bounties that's on multiple people's heads. And we was arguing about, somebody had mentioned that the Native Americans is going to turn us in, and that's what made me pull up the website where these people got a whole lot of money on their head. So who they going to turn in? And then from that, I started doing more research on, well, let's see what the FBI got going on. How much money they got on people's head. And da-da-da-da-da. And then I tell y'all the full story when I came up about how some of these names came about. But I started reading this particular indictment of this black guy. And said he's a goddamn cop associated with the Nuwaubian Moors. And now you in the fucking federal prison for putting liens on houses. The same shit they sit here on YouTube teaching people knowing the outcome. You know the outcome. You already know it. But anytime you see a black American trying to do something for themselves, you introduce the bullshit. These people cannot be American. Ain't no way these people American. I don't give a damn what they say their last name is. It ain't no way you was American. It ain't no way y'all still bringing up the Moorish Empire after all this goddamn time. Can't not near nigga on this bitch trace themselves to anything considered a Moorish Empire. And if you can, you a full fucking CIA agent. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Anybody that's saying they're more, you're with the CIA, and you have to say that because that's a dog whistle. It's a dog whistle for the elites who you thought once protected you, baby. They locking y'all goddamn ass up. And I'm glad about it. I'm so glad. Because if you can get this group of people the fuck out the way and watch them as they change their tune, to now match what the professionals are saying, those of us who actually research the subject matter, those of us who actually have heirs property, those of us who actually grew up on the land. If they can change their tune, watch them as they change their tune, keep changing their tune to match what we're saying in order to keep grifting Moors into the conversation. The fuck are y'all doing? Y'all know we still alive, right? We can see you. You know we can see you. God damn. So the grifters up to, per usual, agents fighting history and when they can no longer deny the facts, they just incorporate our story into theirs, but add in some lies, some play every time. Same play every time. Same play, bro, PhD. Same play. But this time it's a little bit more dangerous. See, I don't know how long this RICO been going on, but I know it's an active RICO going on. It's an active RICO going on. This is not no fucking play. And anybody who is discussing land has already been watched and vetted. I'm gonna prove that tomorrow. I wanted to prove it tonight, but my camera's not charged. So for those who work for the government, you're sitting here following everybody and all this and that, trying to turn their bowl of cereal over, trying to see if they're gonna do something crazy. Doxing folk. All this stuff that has happened on YouTube surrounding people who were genuinely giving out information, genuinely teaching about stuff that we definitely didn't have to be teaching about online. But it's something that helped the community. It's something that people can look deeper into. It's something that unlocked an entirely different realm of history. I don't want to hear nobody on this bitch brag and talk about they put out some information about flooded cities. Flooded cities. You know I can see you, right? You know I'm still alive, right? Boy, y'all go to calling out all these men names who done did this and expose this history, all this dick slanging. What's this meat party, this sausage party I see on goddamn the tube? Men giving each other all this credit for this breaking ground history that just unlocked pride in America. You niggas ain't unlocked no pride in America. When I came on YouTube, niggas was the flag that niggas was waving was red with a green goddamn. It was red with a green star in the middle. That's the flag that they wave. No matter what flag they wave today. I remember, guys. I remember very vividly the flag that these people were waving. It was red. It was a red flag with a green star in the middle. I have no history of waving that goddamn flag. The only flag I ever waved on here was the American flag. When I brought the history to YouTube, the ones that they out here having a goddamn sausage party over today, meat party. This person did that. This person did that. Pointing out you this. It is I. All this chest pumping and shit. Like y'all restored some pride in America. You didn't. Y'all don't want to call out no women names though. That's what it is. Is that what the women who sacrificed to get this research out that actually helped restore pride in America, that brought a whole new love to this bitch when we actually saw that we had something, that we had real concrete ties to the land. Our ancestors shit was flooded, was set on fire, was bombed. We were prisoners of war. These are our last names. These are the ports these people came in through. Now with the woman, okay, who went through hell. I am going to tell y'all I wasn't even gonna do this. I am going to tell y'all the price that I paid. You know what? I wasn't even gonna do that. But based on what I just saw on the tube, it had to fight back regurgitation. I'm going to come on here and tell y'all the price that I paid. And some of y'all might call me stupid. Some of y'all will really think I'm stupid after y'all find out what price I paid to keep coming on this bitch talking. When I tell y'all this, y'all gonna be like, ain't no goddamn way I would have did that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I was gonna say in the music industry too, tired of the why people more immediately think they feds. They definitely are. I mean, shit, definitely are. They keep the African mythology going in our American music. They keep it going. Because one thing they have to do. I see you, Christopher Cry. I got you. I got you. I got yours. And y'all, when I say this land search thing, like I told y'all at the end of the month, I wasn't doing this no more. Going into June, I'm really not doing it no more now. Like the people who you've got 48 hours left. I'm really not doing this shit no more now. Not genealogy. Only people I'm even gonna talk about on this subject matter to land about land is people who are very new on other platforms. I'm probably not even going to sit here and just like how I'm helping people search for land, because it's too many of these people out waiting for to knock your bowl of cereal over in some kind of capacity, and it's disgusting to me that these people are able to just put on a whole new flag. And I'm not saying you should ever change. What I'm saying is y'all niggas didn't go through the ancestors for the bullshit that you had already put out to the world. Did you tell your ancestors you sorry? I see no compassion in your speech. I hear no compassion in your speech. I see no compassion in your face. You knew you was holding the ancestors back when y'all was talking that more shit. Y'all know these niggas went to war with your ancestors, right? Y'all not that slow, are you? But then gonna come up here like you restore some pride to America, like you want the ancestors up. You didn't. You didn't even say I'm sorry. It was those of us on here getting hammered, targeted. I had to keep myself alive. Followed, doxed. And that's the tip of the iceberg. Wait till I tell y'all the iceberg. Wait till I tell y'all the iceberg tomorrow. Wait till I tell y'all the fucking iceberg tomorrow. I already know some of y'all gonna call me stupid. I already know. But had I stopped coming on here, it would have been so fucking bad. It would have been so fucking bad had I stopped coming on here. It would have been too bad. They would have these people are a cancer. They get paid to be a cancer. They get paid to be a cancer. There's no telling who I helped, what I stopped people from doing, who minds I was able to turn around and reprogram based on the bullshit that they had heard. They're just innocent people. Most of you guys are just innocent listeners. You're just listening to get new information. You're just listening because you feel something inside. The same shit I felt inside that piqued my curiosity to go research history years ago, way before I came on YouTube in 2016. It's videos of me from 2014 teaching about history down at the state capitol. It's a full video, but it's like a clip of it on IG and Facebook. It's full of videos of me teaching about history in 2014. I'm not new to history. It was no one nigga on the tube or social media or nowhere just giving out Negro facts. By them, I'm from the South in real time. I never left. My people ain't never left Georgia. This shit where it go down right here. People have to come through. Well, they have to. The Georgia is the door. It's always been the door. So we got family members here in the South that don't even get on this bitch talking. It's family members. It's not even my family members. It's other people that was from the South that didn't want me talking. They weren't gonna try to stop me from talking. However, they're just like, well, dang, you sure you're telling us. You sure we're telling us. Yeah, but I ain't telling everything, no. I'm not on YouTube just, you know, telling all this tea. I'm just saying just enough for people to research it on their own. For people to run back to their family structure. I'm just saying enough so that people can know that black men fought for the Confederate and the Union when they had bounties put on their head. I'm just telling just enough so that people can have pride in their culture. And when people started running me off, that's when I ran to writing books. Because you're not gonna run me off the face of this bitch. So I pivoted the books and started putting it in the American history books. Right? And because it's some, contrary to popular beliefs, niggas do read. I don't know who put that out, but we do. We read. We absolutely read, especially as it relates to something that can help benefit our family or something that can restore something into our cellular structure, into our DNA, something that can awake something in our DNA and perhaps make us more protective, make us more cognizant of our surroundings, make us more cognizant of our ancestors that are here, make us more prideful of what we have here. Make us stop chasing a magical, mythical Africa or the magical, mythical Moors who came out of Africa. They done found a million ways to skin the Moor cat, to grift it into any new facts that you put out about anything. For the people who get in on this land search, that's it. That's just it. That that shit is coming off of my website. It's coming off of my website June 1st. It's coming off. I couldn't even find something. And people in the chat was trying to give me, other ways to help people with the land situation. It's just I didn't think of anything. I don't know how to do the whole Zoom. I don't even know how the Zoom shit'll work. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know how to work. I tried to help people one on one. That one time, y'all remember? I have tried everything and every bowl that I made, every bowl of cereal that I made was knocked over. Y'all remember when I was doing the one on ones? Do you know niggas was tracking my location? It's so much stuff that y'all do not know. Like, when I made that art website and put it up 2 or 3 times, I forgot how many times they had to take it down. These were blackies doing this, guys. So that means you really don't want people to know their genealogy. If somebody sat here, I raised money to get to do the art facility, couldn't keep it up. Got thwarted. So Akon and them, the darkies, those darkies, pretending like they wanted the Bank of Dubai, pretending like they wanted to put a Dubai down there in Clayton County, right across from the other archives, which is a facility that I wanted to buy. Then they came and faked like they wanted to fucking buy it. Guys, I have you know, after that whole thing happened and I just moved away from that, I have you know that they too moved away from that. And they just kept, and I don't know who I was involved in that ring of people, that ring of darkies. They're definitely on YouTube because I'm not on any other platform but YouTube talking like this. I'm barely on other platforms talking like this. So these ring of people are on the tube. Knocking my bowls of cereal over for sure. So I could have had that whole facility already archived out for us years ago, they knocked that bowl of cereal over on the biggest level, guys. The biggest level. Press conferences and all kind of shit out there. Yeah, we finna build. It's gonna be like Dubai. I had not near building up yet. They got millions of dollars to pull that scheme. Building had been sitting there for 10 years before I even came to YouTube and said this is the one I wanted to buy. I already submitted a proposal and all that shit, y'all. And that wasn't even the first bowl of cereal that they knocked over. That's just the one that was so controversial and so blatantly in our face. Then I said, well, damn, well, let me just pay some developers and try to get these files on the website, on the Ark. Let's put a facility on the Ark. Billions of files. Some files that ain't even on Ancestry and all these other websites. I done put Fold 3, Ancestry. I done combined all these in one. I got the war documents. I got all this shit in one place. I got documents from facilities that I have already copied, basically digitized myself because I've been in so many facilities copying documents. I got independent documents on the damn thing, independent research on them, and the shit keep getting pulled down. I'm hacked. I'm getting hacked. Email addresses hacked. I have had people, and guys, some of this stuff I'm saying tonight, I will repeat it tomorrow. I have had people come on YouTube and repeat shit that I've said verbatim in the privacy of my own home. Now, how the fuck is that possible? How I have had people come on YouTube and tell my location. How you know I'm at? You not. How do you know my location? I didn't make my location public. How are you able to come on YouTube and tell people where I'm at? How? Y'all do remember that that has happened multiple times. Multiple times. So when I tell y'all the bottom of the iceberg, when I start telling y'all the bottom of the iceberg on tomorrow, a lot of you who have been here from the start, whether you're a fucking federal agent or not, it doesn't matter. You too will be able to put pieces together. Because again, keep in mind, I am not on other social media platforms talking this way. TikTok don't know this version of me. I can't talk like this on TikTok, period. I can't talk like this on IG. I can't talk like this on Facebook for real. Tried it. Can't get an algorithm with it because people on Facebook know a sweeter version of me. These are people I went to high school, college. You know, these are my family members. They don't know this warlike version of me. They don't know it. So if I'm on Facebook talking warlike, it's going to make them warlike by default because now they're ready to fight for me because I'm one of the sweetest people in the family. I was one of the sweetest people in high school. I was one of the sweetest people in college. So now they're like, okay, well, if she talking like that, then damn, it's time to go to war. When it's not time to go to war, I'm just mad. I'm just upset. You get what I'm saying? So I can't even bring this type of vernacular to Facebook for real. When I was on Facebook teaching history, it was very monotone. It was very much a sweet Janice. It was very much I wasn't angry, and if I was angry, I was able to mask it. YouTube is barely YouTube is the lion's den. Because every time I go on this bitch, I'm goddamn dealing with agents. Agents is 24/7 on YouTube surrounding my channels. You don't have no 100 million views on no channel and that shit get deleted overnight. If you got 100 million views on a YouTube channel that's talking about history and it gets deleted. You cannot delete the fact that that shit reached that many people. You can't delete that fact. You can't then come on YouTube because that main channel is deleted and this one never got in the algorithm. You can't then come on YouTube and say, it is I. You know we still alive, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. There was no way that that art got pulled down that many times to the point where I couldn't even the art these developers to develop that type of website is not fucking cheap. There's no way I could have kept that bowler kept making that bowler series. It's just it was impossible. It was impossible. And the people who were doing it knew it was impossible. And now that I have been professionally reading indictments, this shit done came all the way full circle. And when I break this shit down, like when I tell y'all, yeah, it's a real mess, Miss Wymack. Reese said, a Moore told me most American blacks are most similar to Melanesian and Australian Aborigines. I'm so ready for these people to go the fuck to jail. I'm so ready for these people to go to fucking prison. Lock these niggas up. Lock these niggas up, please. Somebody. Please. 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 Oh, I ain't back yet, Vetter. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Like I said, I just call this a free show. This is nothing that I'm gonna keep up. This will be put on private. I'm just my emotions were raw when I turned on YouTube and saw people with their chest poked out talking about this is I. I have no problem with people coming giving the information or poking their chest out about information that they brought to the forefront to help humanity. That's how the shit go. If a research facility or if there is a grant out looking for researchers, say this grant entails the study of flooded cities in America, right? You on YouTube poking your fucking chest out as if you're the one who conducted the initial research. You know the person who did the fucking research. So you can push that person to the opportunity. But instead of you doing that, you'll just poke your chest out and say, it is I. And then you'll be the one to get the opportunity to get that money. Now, you got to look at my old videos and my old research, if you can find them, and say, okay, well, how did she start doing this? Because you got to take it back from the beginning in order to do that. Okay, this is how she did it. Okay, so here are more lakes. All right, so just add this to the research. Now we got some lake soup, and now we got these communities on the, okay, boom. Now I got the research grant, and it is I. The girl's still alive who put the shit out. You was hoping she'd be fucking dead by now so you can get that money. It's no different from what the Russians did here in Atlanta when they got that big ass Emory University check. I think it was what $1.7 million funding to do the research on the Ahmaud Arbery and the McMillan family land dispute. The nigga who even brought up the land situation in general is right here in Atlanta. I don't stay that far from fucking Emory University. You mean to tell me it was over 100 million views on the YouTube channel? You mean to tell me it was nobody from the area? Okay, I know the person who initially conducted the land research to even tie Black Americans into the land and the first person to even say Black Americans were dying because of land ownership that we don't even know we own. I didn't hear nobody even say that before me. So if I come on YouTube, put my chest out, say it is I, that's genuine. That's very genuine. But if somebody else come and poke their chest out and say it is I, that's not genuine. You're not a genuine person. So what else? What am I supposed to believe? I'm not supposed to believe anything else you say because you're not a genuine person. You were supposed to go because you love black folks so much. You love your sister so much. You love. Why you couldn't go tap that person on the shoulder and say that was her? How fucking simple is that? Is that hard? Is it me? Am I going crazy? I should have prayed before I even came on here. That's what I should have done. I should have prayed. Because right now, I'm just amped because of what I just saw. And now it's just like you know different than the Russians who did that shit, pull that goddamn stunt here in Atlanta. And so if I'm in a 7-bedroom house and they in a 7-bedroom house, they get to pay their bills off my fucking research. I already started the research for you. Ain't have much to do. So I'm supposed to sit here and just be like, I don't need no bills paid. Let them have it. No. The fuck? The actual fuck? No. You don't sit here and have nobody, you don't sit here and watch a person go through shit. Watch and listen to a person put out research material time after time that I use my eyes to research, that I use my brain to interpret, that I use my ears to hear, and then say, that means nothing. Let me interpret it. Let me reinterpret it. See, this you don't get to do shit like that. You don't get to do stuff like that. And then at the same breath say I love my sisters. I love my queen, my beautiful black queens. No, you don't. Unless you just picking and choosing. Cause the queen, you just totally ignored my research and put it on in your lips as if it was yours. You put it on your motherfucking soup coolers as if it was your research. Now, goddamn. It's very weird. It's very weird. To answer the questions, there may be geolocators that have listening capabilities. No, these people are real life agents. When I put out that I was doing genealogy, and no, I was like conferencing with families and stuff. Like people need. I was so quick at I'm so quick at researching because I had the arc up at that time. So I could do a person's genealogy over the phone, and I've done that. Like I had a driver, and I'm literally with my laptop open doing genealogy over the phone. What I didn't know was some of these people were full fledged agents. And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with working with the government. But when you're trying to do something wayward, it's something wrong with that. When you're trying to target somebody for putting out certain things, but you're under the guise that you genuinely need help and you want to find your family and all that bullshit, there's something wrong with that part. When I say people had my location, people use that to actually get my location. And so now, whereas it's people that genuinely needed help, I'm not doing that shit no more because what you need my location for? That's weird to me. You don't want my location for something genuine, something nice. Because if that was the case, you would have said, "Hey, Janice, meet me at a coffee shop. I want to talk." That's some genuine shit, not no sneaky shit like let's get a service so that we can get her on the phone long enough to get her location. Like, what the fuck? That's weird. That's weird. So now, whereas somebody actually needed my help, and and it's the same thing with this land situation. People are loving this service, but it don't take me. I don't have the patience for 2 bowls of cereal to get knocked over as it relates to a 72-hour land search when you're sitting here clearly doing something wayward. So I have to take a step back and analyze it and say, okay, so what is happening here? Because these people are genuine at this point. But when these people introduce themselves back on YouTube, or introduce themselves in a certain way on TikTok, or introduce some new land grift as I'm introducing this service, that gets weird. Cause don't try to run no parallel fucking program to what I'm doing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm stopping this program. I'm stopping this. Cause I don't have time for no parallel shit to run with mine as if we're the fucking same. We're not the fuck the same. We're not. Red flag, all these red flag wearers. We're not the same. So it looks weird. So I'm gonna stop this. I'm going to stop this land search program. And whatever content that I've already put out to the world, that's just what I put out to the world. I right now I don't have another way to do it. The people who already got this service done, who I've already completed, and the people who I have not even started on yet, these are the only people that I'm gonna work with, and that's it. This parallel shit that they running with, this lean shit, I think ties directly into this RICO that I'm finna show y'all on tomorrow. This whole indictment that I'm finna show y'all on tomorrow, I think all that shit ties in together. And so what it does is it makes it look like, although we're not saying anything even similar, even for the people who have gotten the land search done, you can clearly see what I'm saying. Even the examples that I did on live when I did the shit in 24 hours, I am not doing anything that's even merely close to illegal. But I will have to sit here and continue to explain myself, because every time I put out something genuine, a group of niggas put out something parallel to what I'm doing. As if I'm not gonna notice. I notice everything as it relates to the land subject matter, because my ears gonna always perk over there, or somebody gonna always tag me in the shit. Like, oh, Janice talk about land. Oh, Janice talk about flooded city. Somebody pointed out the Pentagon was once a thriving black town. People always tag me in stuff like that. Oh, Janice is the reason why people are not doing this research on these military bases. People always tag me in stuff like that. So when I see some parallel shit going, that makes me pump the brakes. Now, some of you may say I shouldn't pump the brakes. I should keep going, but I don't have time for no weird shit. I don't have time for no more bowls to be knocked over. And when I tell y'all the iceberg on tomorrow, you will actually see why I am that way. So this whole lean shit will keep running. Or if you hear people just stop cold turkey talking about the shit, then you know that they start saying that shit just because I was helping people find land. They start saying that they start running this parallel shit just because I started back helping people find land. If the shit stopped cold turkey and you hear nothing else about it, you'll know what's up. You'll know what's up. There is no fucking lean process. But you can run a program parallel to what I'm doing to try to introduce some shit to get people locked up. Because every time you run some kind of, you know, um, history related to land, it's gonna always perk people's ears. Always. It's gonna always perk people's ears, especially with the trail ride, the cowboy culture, the farm, all of that, all this culture coming back to life. It's gonna always perk people's ears. Where their heirs probably where their family from. Do we still have land? That the government, and I don't even think it's Trump's government. I don't know who this the under government. It's two governments always running. The under government has to stop. They want to stop that cold turkey. So it's always going to be a group of agents that's going to run a parallel program to any knowledge that I or anybody else. You got attorneys now putting out knowledge about, land, and you got military guys now talking about this land situation and Black Americans own the land. You got it's so many different people, but they have to put out these parallel programs in order to thwart this conversation and just muddy the waters. It's just sit there and put so much mud in the waters to confuse people, and people are always looking for a faster route out. I'm not giving no super fast route out. In fact, it may take you 45 days to get an initial report back. This is not no fucking fast route like what these fucking people are saying. Oh, all you gotta do once you find land, put a lien on it, da 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 da. And we not supposed to pay taxes anyway. Same shit, same bullshit that somebody put in my child. We not supposed to pay taxes this and taxes that, da 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 da. These the same motherfucking people, man. Same parallel program. Because we're not supposed to be helping nobody. We're not supposed to help ourselves for real. We're not supposed to have no pride. We're not supposed to have just nothing, guys. Just nothing, guys. And it's easier to target a girl. You wanna go run a parallel program to that military guy who's doing it. You sure won't do that. Cause for some reason his bullets are different than my fucking bullets. We got the same ammo. You know that, right? Ain't nobody got no special fucking ammo. But anyway. There's too much at stake to allow your information to be widely known. Christy, it is apparently is too much at stake, but it's also too much at stake for us to not know what's going on. I'm telling you. I am telling you. It's too much at stake for us to be in America. The land where generations upon generations of our ancestors are buried and not know what's going on. It's too much at stake for us to be clueless. It's too much at stake for us to not play um uh, um the long game. It's too much at stake for us to try to take an easy way out. It's no easy route out on your homeland. There's no easy route out on your homeland. You're doing the research, or you're paying somebody else to do the research, or you're supporting somebody else's research, and you're taking it farther. You're taking it into your family structure. You're building businesses back on your heirs' property. You're going after your heirs' property. You got the oldest heirs property in America. You do. And there's no way that we're supposed to not discuss it. We don't honor the ancestors by not discussing it. Cause see, people will keep playing in their face, spitting on their graves, calling them slaves, pretending like they did nothing. They were worth nothing. I took great pride into putting out their inventions. And I wasn't the only one putting out the ancestors' inventions. I took great pride in who stole the cookies, putting out inventions and who stole the cookies. I take great pride in figuring out what the ancestors did. I take great pride in learning about patents, all of the patents, land patents, design patents, all of the patents. I take great pride in this stuff, you know? And so when you get these distractors in the way, and when when they introduce this parallel shit, this muddy the water type stuff, it's all for you to forget what your ancestors did. Forget the land that they own. Never go back to it. And if you try to go back to it, once you try, we gonna send you to prison. Because we just gave you an illegal thing to do. And this same red flag, or former red flag, green star people have historically given you the wrong process as it relates to land, birth certificates, all that shit. Driver's license. They took you all the way off the land. All the fucking way off the land. Now they're saying you own the land. Y'all niggas is stupid. Now, why these people ain't locked up? Oh, okay. But once I took action, that sort of thing stopped. Oh, I forgot. I miss what you said, veteran Jacob. I'm sorry. You're mad with much reason. Ain't no time to be passive. Thank you. To be honest, it's bugging the heck out of me that she keeps having to deal with these folks that be not from around here. Veteran, or just really like. I know what it is. That's what I'm saying. When I show y'all, what I know, um, y'all will be able to understand, and then you'll be able to see that I have been genuine from the start. It's nothing that I have never tried to get nobody in trouble. I never got myself in fucking trouble. Why would I try to get some fucking body else in trouble? I never tried to anything that I have ever said that I was uncertain of. I said, well, let's unpack it. Let's try to unpack this real quick. You know, I don't have to use let's unpack this when I know something for certain. That's why you don't always hear me say that. For those of you who have been here, we are unpackers. We could have just really called ourselves unpackers. And in fact, I think I'm turn over a new leaf in June. We are the officially the unpackers, because we brought that terminology. We even brought that terminology to the forefront. I don't really remember anybody saying, oh, let's unpack this before I popularized that shit. I don't remember nobody else really even saying that. I definitely popularized that. We are officially the unpackers, and we'll sit here and we'll unpack stuff down to the letter. And then once we get down to the letter, we'll find out whether it's fact or fiction. And if it's fact, then we'll move on. If it's fiction, then we'll let that shit stay to the side, and then we'll keep on down the road. The road of fact, the road of truth, because that's all we're seeking. That's all we've ever sought, is the truth. You know, the truth. The slogan, "The truth will set you free." The truth literally set us free. We've been out of bondage. For those who've been following this channel, we have been out of bondage. Been out of bondage. Man, there's no handcuffs, of foot cuffs, a bondage tape, or no nothing like that around us. We've been out of bondage. We've been new what was going on. Been new. You know, we respect the ancestors, and they you know and I think that this new love for America, this new wave, had a lot to do with us, those of us who are unpackers. It had everything to do with us. No matter how people try to poke their chest and have dick parties on YouTube, that had everything to do with us over here. And even those who were on the old channel who just could not find me because my channel is still locked and fucking sanctioned. And this was the backup channel, and it's locked, and it's still sanctioned. It is what it is. Ain't nothing that I'm harping on. You know, uh it is what it is. You know, I never really got a chance to utilize it. I missed something. Um I ain't no YouTubian, but we got your back here in South Pacific, in Hawaii, in my household. I appreciate you, Christopher. I appreciate you, Christopher, and I can't wait to help you. Like I'm so locked in. Like now that I know what's going on, when I stop this on June 1st, I'm locked in. I'm locked in with just the people who get in on it, man. Um, that's all I'm locked in on. I'm locked in on people who get in on it, and but I'm happy for anybody who continues the research. I will never do anything to be like, don't continue to research. I'm not gonna stop ever. I'm not gonna stop talking about history because history is just history is my hobby. History is my passion. It is something that I never got to make a career out of history. It's nothing that I ever wanted to make a career out of. It's just something that my bowl of cereal kept getting knocked over, and I kept pivoting because I had a message to share. I had a message to share, and every time I did not share the message, I had this unction, this weird feeling that I need to keep sharing the message. Like something kept pushing me to keep sharing the message. Like, we got you. Keep talking. Keep talking. I don't know what the longest I have been off of YouTube at one given point in these past few years, but whatever long period of time I took off YouTube was not a good period. It was nothing that I was just vacationing with my feet up, drinking mimosas and all that. Nothing like that. It was nothing like that. It more so felt like a disobedient type thing, but at this point in my life, I know what I put out was great content. I know what I put out was great information. I didn't hear many people mention Angel Island prior to me unpacking it and putting it together in a great package called American History. I've always believed that American history is us, is Negro history, is Black history. That's it. That's why I named the book American History. And when you open it, it's all us. And so that's always been my belief. you know and it's not nothing to be racist. It's not to have a racist trope. It's just to reestablish an air of pride. It's just to reestablish where you stand. It's to reestablish your footing here in America. That's all it is. It's to reintroduce your ancestors to the conversation so that people won't keep putting dirt on top of them, putting dirt on top of their legacy, knocking them further and further into the ground with no acknowledgement, all while fracking oil off their land, all while getting the black dirt, getting the soil off their land to do whatever with, selling the dirt, all while selling the red clay on their heirs' property, all while fracking and getting the granite off of their heirs' property to process and sell across seas. It is to reestablish pride in the agriculture that they cultivated. It's to reestablish pride. That's why I kept talking. So I'm not gonna stop talking. I may rebrand this thing or something just so that it'd be impossible to run any kind of parallel shit. Because to be honest, I was gonna do this 72-hour search. I was this is really good for me because I had a time limit. I was able to get a time limit on myself, to find people, and for people who I needed to do genealogy on, I just put them to the side, and then start on another family. I was really able to pace myself here. It's a little bit, it's a lot longer when you're doing genealogy with this stuff, especially when you're basically looking for multiple families at the same time when you're doing land, because you got to go brothers, sisters too. You have to go siblings too. So it's a little bit more difficult, more time consuming. However, it was worth it to me. I enjoyed doing this, and I never thought that I would have to just stop it cold turkey. It costs, I'm telling y'all, people charge a lot to do genealogy. People charge, some people charge upwards to 1,000 per hour, 800 per hour to do genealogy. Genealogy alone. That doesn't even include the land searches. Are That's all, that stuff is very niche. Searching for land is something very very much outside of the realm of genealogy. Genealogy is different. When you search in genealogy, you will find stuff like, what that person did, or if that person had a business or something. You will discover things like that too. um but when you start pulling files on that business or files on that land or all that kind of stuff, is very much extra. It's very much extra work, you know. And so if I spend 72 hours on doing the extra work and I just charge a small fee for that, that's something that I can sustain, that I could do on the side outside of running my business, because it's stuff that I just like to do. I'm researching anyway. I might as well target the research and just package it in a way that it's actually helping somebody versus just benefiting my own brain, just having knowledge. There's nothing, we're not saying that there's something wrong with just researching for the sake of your own self. However, if I'm researching and I'm actually directly helping a family, I like that. You know, I never thought I would have to stop this 72-hour search. But damn, man. It's just, I just can't. I just, there's no way. Why these people still alive? I can't do it. They bigger than me. They're bigger than me. They're bigger than me. They work faster than I do. They're bigger than me. They work faster than I do. They have more government meetings. They have government meetings. So, and they put out teams of people versus just one me. I can't do it. It's 2025. I'm not to keep doing this shit, man. It's 2025. I'm not doing it. So I'll just stop it. And maybe that's a way to get me to shut up. Maybe that's a way to get me to stop talking about the land situation. Maybe that's just a tactic to get me to just stop talking about the land situation, because it's foreigners over here. It's foreigners paying trillions of dollars to come in. Yeah, the Saudis just paid $1 trillion to come into America. Man, you over here all fucking ready. You ain't even got to pay $1 trillion. All you got to do is find the goddamn land. All you got to do is find the land to create a business. You're already over here. There's no way that you're not trying to get an oil contract. You're already here. The Saudis just paid $1 trillion to get over here. Maybe that's why. You know? Y'all niggas don't be supposed to be talking about no land for real. Y'all supposed to just be driving it and goddamn doing boots on the ground. Now we do boots on the ground and we talk about land. We do both. We do it all. This is how we run parallel. Now if we're doing boots on the ground and we're talking about land and we're bragging on the fact that we was raised on the land, and then we look to the side and we see some foreigners in dashikis trying to tell us it's a lean process that we need to do. We already running our parallel program. Who the fuck invited y'all to the cookout? Didn't no motherfucking body invite y'all to the cookout. We already got our parallel shit running over here. Boots on the ground and finding the land. Now here y'all come. Got y'all American clothes on and shit. Now put y'all some cowboy hats and shit on. Talk about, yeah, whoa, we got a lean process. We didn't ask you nigga for your lean process. Nigga, who the fuck? Who invited these niggas? Who mans is this? Whose mans is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. You had a profile on the arc. The arc is not back up yet. Yeah, we had our profile. We had it going on. We had our whole. We had that. We had a whole little like social media site built into the arc where we could just sit there and talk to each other. Like it. Oh my god. Like, oh my goodness, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And then what ran parallel to that? Somebody from Ancestry built a whole nother Ancestry website very similar to the art where they implement. I can't make this shit up. Jalen is the one that let me know. Jalen was the one who let me know this was going on. And when I came out with the art, one of the Ancestry developers, Ancestry launched a whole new website that implemented social media into researching history, researching family history. Now, where the fuck is that website today and all that promotion that they was running? While I was running the art. See, it's always a parallel. I'm telling you, everything that I've put out, somebody has put out a parallel to go with it. And now mine's taken down. I don't even know where it is at. Is it even still fucking up? Or was this just some parallel shit to throw me off? Or to throw the people who were interested in the art off? Because it wasn't just people on YouTube signing up for the art. We had people on TikTok, people on Facebook, people all over social media was signing up. It was a lot of people on the arc. That's why when it got taken down the first time, we had to build it back real quick. I had no choice because it was a lot of people on there. It caught on real quick because we was the first black owned research website. There was nothing else like it that was black owned. Period. And we wasn't even poking our chest out or hanging our head. I hadn't even started. I wasn't even marketing it for real. It was just like on some word of mouth, but just the word of mouth alone, it caught fire. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. This sounds like the story of our lives, but there is a flip side to those diabolicals. They don't win in the end. Thank you, JTEX. They do not win in the end. Miss Wame, it doesn't matter because if you got in on the thing, it's just I'm just helping people who get in before June 1st. And that's just how I got to run it because I just don't have a better way. Now that I see what they're doing, like I see what they're doing. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. So but when I say I'm only helping these people, that means the conversations that I'm having around this particular subject matter, these people will get more so new findings versus me just coming on the line saying, I got a new service and this is what I found. Da, 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 da. I just can't do it that way because they're gonna find a way to thwart it. They're gonna find a way to thwart it for sure. So it is nothing that you did. You're not you didn't do nothing wrong, Miss Wymet. It is nothing that you did. Nothing that nobody did really. It's just agents. It's just they're all over the place. Um, but like I said, for those people who got in, they in. That we're just locked in. You just can't. You just can't have stuff open for a long time. Right? That's what it is. You can't give them time enough to plan how they're going to add mud to whatever you're trying to do. You know. I honestly believe that our enemies study us at the point of knowing who we are and who we are heirs to. Of course. You know, the red flag people used to tell y'all not to go to the courthouse and all this kind of shit. They don't believe in court. Da da da. Now they're telling you to go to the courthouse, and I'm just like, that's just how you know your enemies do study you. You know, we those of us who the unpackers, we were the ones going to the courthouse and getting the vital statistics, getting the vital records. They told y'all, they was telling y'all not to even have birth certificates. Now they telling y'all to go to the courthouse to get the birth certificates. So which is it? Not saying that you all can't change, but when you change your stripes, you still evil. What the fuck? You're still evil. You need to change your stripes with the ancestors. Don't just come on YouTube and like, it is I turned over a new leaf. No, 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 know you did so much damage. Do you know how much damage you did? You have to first apologize. You need to apologize to the people you did damage to. Then you need to apologize to your ancestors, and then you need to apologize to the people who you did damage to. Baby, please click like in here, guys. You really don't have to click like because I'm gonna make this private anyway. I will be live tomorrow, um, for the actual show for this. I will be live tomorrow. Grab your popcorn. That's all I'm gonna say. Grab your popcorn, boy. I'm about to run this down, and I ain't even gonna. I don't even have to use other people. I can use myself and run it down, and then some of you all will know, and I will allow you to come in the chat. Who's who? I don't even give a damn. I ain't. I'm gonna unblock all the names. Cause see, I have names blocked in my back office so that certain people's names can't even be typed in my chat. I'm gonna take all that shit out for tomorrow. Take all that out. Yeah, y'all can type anybody. Yeah, I let see. It's some people in the chat that's been here for the whole thing. And it's some people in the chat that was on the other side that know what's going on. They just believed in what I've seen and believed in me enough to know that I wasn't no bad fucking person. I wasn't, you know, I didn't have ill intention, ill will. I'm just somebody that got caught in the crossfire. I got caught in the I got caught in the crossfire. And people try to like I say, kick over my motherfucking bowl of cereal. And keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Still to this day, like go find you something fucking better to do. So yeah, I'm gonna block all that. Invite, come one, come all. Oh, come one, come all. Um Queen Janice, your groundbreaking work has resulted in me and my family come together to I'm so, oh my goodness, that is just, I love to hear it. You are highly regarded in my family as a trailblazer in modern times. We die. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let the creator speak. I appreciate that. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, the Crier family. You don't. Career family. You don't see that name that often. So even if you probably feel like you're not any kin, it's probably a little genealogy work that can be done to tie people in because that's not a name that you see often. We down a play. Hey Jonesy, trying to mud the waters, running ops obfuscation play. They can't claim your info illegitimate, so they run this parallel of bullshit. And I'm just tired of it, Scotty. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Pay the goddamn bill, folks. Pay the bill, folks. Get y'all discernment. Oh yeah, get your discernment up for tomorrow. Cause I'm gonna let y'all type all in the chat. Who's who? Who's the fuck who? I don't care. I don't care no more. After turning on my motherfucking YouTube and seeing Crypt Keepers out here for the fucking time. And I, like I said, don't be no motherfucking new person now. I got documentaries up on people shit. I've been asking for years to have those taken down and shit, still not down. And see, it's no respect for my intellectual property. When I ask for it to be removed off people's channel and then they don't remove it, that's a whole nother level to add to the bullshit that I've been through on this goddamn YouTube platform with these people. Multiple people got my information up that I asked to be removed. Asked very kindly. Asked very kindly to be removed. They still got it up. There's no motherfucking regard. But all this, oh, we love our black sisters. You didn't love me enough to remove my shit when I asked you to remove it. Y'all don't love me enough to remove my shit when I asked you to remove it. Okay. So you pick and choose who you love. That's fine. That's cool. All right. Noted. Noted. You know, it is what it is. It's our mission to find out who we are, what we are. They went through, folks. they went through, folks. It's so rewarding. Tell it, Queen. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Look up the book Without Sanctuary. They put all them postcards speculate. Yeah, I saw that book after the fact because somebody was showing Without Sanctuary. I don't know who that was. But I was like, damn, I put some of these pictures in American History Part 1, American History Volume 1. And I was like, oh man, it's so cool that it's a full book out because I really wanted to make a whole chapter of lynching, but even that the photos that I put in American History Volume 1, people start to cringe. I was watching my best friend and some other people who had the book. When they get to those photos, they kind of tense up a little bit. Like, I can't watch it. I can't look at it. So I didn't put a whole lot of those pictures in there because some people are still so us, we're unpackers. So with us being unpackers, we're immune to this stuff because we've seen so much of it. We've seen the files. We know what's going on. But the average reader, the average American, the average Black American, Negro, color, whatever you want to call us today, are still not immune to it. They will never be immune to it, guys. So when we're trying to reach larger, or okay, I just speak for myself. When I'm trying to reach a larger audience, I I only put a few of these things in there, because I don't want people to cringe or close the book or flip over a whole chunk of the book because they don't want to see those photos. And with it being a tabletop history book, it's photos. These are tabletop history books. They're meant to be read quickly and understood quickly with great visuals. And so, I just didn't want people to skip over a whole entire chapter. you know um so some of the pictures I did not add, but it's, to me, it's very good that somebody added even some of the pictures that I didn't want to add. Somebody went and added them to, and the book Without Sanctuary. It's good that somebody has this because you have to document these things, because you see the parallel programs that they're running on us, just talking on YouTube and putting out content. You can imagine if I had died or somebody was able to successfully run a play on me, um the amount of history that would have been buried that I wouldn't have been able to put out. I wouldn't have been able to run a 72-hour program. Just one person successfully having a 72-hour program. You got a timeline. You got not a timeline. You have some steps to take. Some very intricate steps to take. And that one person can turn into 10 people, even if the 10 people are in the same family. And those 10 people in the same family go to their friends and say, yeah, look at this. And then now those friends is going to their friends and say, yeah, look at this. And now you got people taking these very intricate steps, whether they're baby steps or big gigantic steps, you know, um, taking these steps towards getting their families heirs property back. Because one thing that I have noticed out of the people that I've helped in these past few months, we have not hit many L's. Even the people who it's taking me a while longer to get out, it's not an L still. It's just the names. Like I said, people had all kind of stuff happen in their family where they had to change names. It happened in not directly in my family where they changed names but then come back, they came back to the original name, but some families changed names because of the bootleg, the beer and the liquor, making the liquor and stuff. They had money on these people's head, man. They want to take these people out during prohibition, and a lot of people were murdered. Like my one of my family members was murdered. He had his own distillery. He had his own liquor brand. He had his own bar, own pubs. And he was murdered. He had to change his name. Uh, but his kids went under his original name. His wife went under his original name, and when he was murdered, it was a big fucking deal, man. It was a big fucking deal when he was murdered. It was all in the newspaper. It was a big deal. Even when his wife was even murdered after him, and it was all in the newspaper. And it was in this eerie me reading the newspaper. This was my granddad's brother, my great granddaddy's brother. So even me reading the newspaper, they was like such and such, the wife of such and such fell dead at the train station. Like people sitting there following her and watched her die and was able to report it to the newspaper. And so we have situations like this in our families that only uncovering land and uncovering what people actually did will lead you to these stories. You know, there was a land dispute in my family between my great granddaddy and his brothers. So the land dispute led me to these stories. And it's like this in multiple families where sometimes you had to change the name, and if that's my hang up on multiple people. I already know the information that they're giving me is factual. I see the people that they're referring to, but the name is that surname is different on this census. It's different from when it was on this census, but it's the same family, same area. But why did this surname change? And before I say it's because of prohibition, let me try to do some genealogy to make sure there's nobody else can match this name on this landmass here. And that's what takes time, because you got all kind of situations. The records can be, you know, maybe they're not digitized yet. There are all kind of scenarios that could tie into this. They're not digitized yet, or somebody, hell, it could be, hell, some white people came and slaughtered all these people and took their name, and it could be all kind of scenarios. If none of these people are alive, well, we can come in, but we can go back and say, well, what happened? Why is this name different now? Is this the same? Is this not the same person? Was it, this is the era of prohibition. Was it because this person had a distillery, or were they making cherry wine? Were they making whiskey? Were they making moonshine? And when the census enumerators came by, they said their name was different. Like, what happened? Because the children match, the children's name match, the wife name match, but the surname, this guy's surname is different, but his birthday is the same. His education level is the same. Both of his parents was born in the same place as the other guy. So, what's T? Like, you just have to find out, because when you go back to the land, you have to be right and exact, and you have to be able to tie into this person. And if the name is different from your surname, then how are you going to be able to prove that? There's no blood test that they're taking, there's no swab. You can't swab, and you're going to dig your ancestor up and swab them. So you got to be realistic. I don't want to send nobody on a mission where they can't tie themselves back to this person because the name has changed on the record. It doesn't matter that the family knew he was such and such. When you're talking about the actual record, when you're going into court and proving something, you got to prove it by the record. So, a lot of records were altered, yes. But when we're dealing with court records, a lot of these records are untouched, and the ones that they wanted to burn up, they already burned up. These are the surviving ones that we have. And there are alternative records that are on microfilm that you have to go into the research facilities and take a look at as well. So in some of these alternative records that are in research facilities are very important. They're very, very much important. Now, if I can't even get to a research facility good enough because I'm fucking being paralleled on some lean shit, then now we got a problem. So now I gotta stop this where I'm not getting any more clients in and just help this set of clients. Now you done box me out my little hobby where I'm making a little change on the side, little change, buy me a little outfit or whatever I want to buy, maybe upgrade my equipment. Now you stopping. Now you literally just stop me from making money, literally, just like that. You literally just stop. You literally just stop my coffee money. You just literally stop my grocery budget. Maybe I wanted to buy me some worm silk pajamas. But you want to rent a goofy, stupid parallel program to knock people out their square and knock people bowls over. You know, it is what it is. So I said, I like that. The unpackers. Yes, we're the unpackers for sure. I don't hear anybody coin that like you did. Yeah, you were definitely the first to bring Unpacked on YouTube. Thank you, One Mind, One Soul. That was my first time seeing you in here. Um, Somebody said, charge your batteries and work on your next book. We love you. However, we want to do this. Did you get mine's Queen? I think I did, Miss Wymack. I think you sent me a cash app. Did you send me a cash app, Miss Wymack? Um, I think you sent me a cash. I could be mistaken. I think I know somebody sent me a cash app that I wrote down. Somebody sent me a cash app that I wrote down. I think it's. I'm not totally sure. If I may say so, Queen, history is one of your callings, and believe me, those who know are listening loud and clear. You know, I feel, I don't know. I feel like that's something that I just love. I don't know whether I could call it a calling. You just haven't heard me sing. You haven't heard me sing opera, so you could say history is my calling because it seems like I'm really good at it. But when I wake up in the morning and just roll out of bed, I think your calling is something that just comes more natural, where you can't shake it no matter how you slice the cake. My calling, I think, is classical music. Um I don't know how the calling ties into history outside of me, you know, unpacking opera singers of old and tying in music into our history, which I did in the volumes, in American history volumes. However, I think it's much deeper. I think what we call opera classical music today is not. I don't think it was used in the way that we're using it today. And so, but that's the part of my calling. I was joking with another black opera singer. I told him we had this little thing on TikTok that we was going back and forth. I was like, it should be studied the amount of black Americans who can sing opera, and I'm talking about sing it in Latin, sing it in almost any jump, sing it in Italian, sing it in German, sing it in any language, that's old. It should be studied, because how can we do this? And a lot of us are very country. You look at one of the best opera singers ever in the history of the world, Leontine Price. She's from Mississippi. She's from Lower Mississippi. She is noted as the best opera singer in the world. Okay, the planet. How is that possible on a genre that y'all said was not created in America? How is it possible that this lady can sing and everybody has regarded her as the best opera singer in the world? White, black, Jew, Gentile, it don't matter. Anybody that hear that voice is mesmerized. And what is this mesmerizing aspect of classical music? What is this? What is this frequency that some of us, it's just dropped on us? Ain't nothing we can do with it. It's nothing that's popular. It's nothing that we take for granted, but it's nothing that has made us millionaires. But it's something that was dropped on us as kids that we noticed, and somebody else took note and listen at that kid. What is it? So I think my calling is tied into more so into that. And I have made a lot of money singing opera, singing classical music in general. But the bigger overall picture that I was telling the black guys, like, it should be studied. Like, how can we do this? And I was like, it's almost like we was given this calling as some kind of rite of passage. And we're sitting there on TikTok just kind of laughing about it, like, whoa, that's deep. But dang, what if? You know, what if it's some type of rite of passage that we can sing in this frequency? And I'm telling you, in the early 1900s, white people was coming over here and they were singing opera. You have to look at the amount of opera singers that have died literally singing this frequency. Died. A lot of people have fallen dead on the stage singing this high pitch. Men, tenors have died singing this high pitch, and sopranos. Basses and baritones and mezzos don't die, but when you're singing this high, I'm a soprano. So when you're singing this frequency this high, or when you're a tenor and you're singing this frequency this high, plenty of people have died. Not many black people though. Not many black Americans. A lot of white Americans. You know, and it was a whole thing at one point. Like there's certain songs that they don't even sing anymore because people have died singing them. One song that I'm kind of popular for performing, somebody died singing it. I feel nothing singing it. I don't feel shit. I don't feel strained. I don't feel my breath is out of place. I don't feel nothing. But people have white women have died singing it back in the day. And but they tried to say, you know, it's some kind of curse. But in the song, the soprano is singing a curse in the song. Well, she's telling somebody in the song that I will curse you if you try me. I will curse you in this. That's what she's singing in the song. But the frequency, like people, they say people get lightheaded and they just faint and they die. I don't feel shit. And I feel like that's the part that need to be studied. Why is it when Black Americans sing this? I don't know. I just went off on a whole tangent just because you said that history was my calling. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to come on this tangent. Y'all probably don't want to hear this tangent, but I'm gonna say this last part and then I'm gonna stop. It's kind of the same thing, right? When the smoke detector in your house, everybody got a running joke that Black Americans need to change the batteries in their smoke detectors. It's this high pitched beep. We don't give a fuck about this high pitched beep. Everybody keep telling us to change our smoke detectors. They're joking on it, right? As if that this beep is bothering us. We don't give a fuck about that beep, but it bothers other people's ears so bad. These white people, these other people, it bothers them so bad, this beep. We can listen to this motherfucker chirp for 2 months. I can listen to this bitch can be chirping. I don't ignore this goddamn song. I heard it when it first started chirping, but my ears got immune to it. See, white people's ears never get immune to these high pitches. It make this frequency that I'm talking about with opera is kind of the same concept. I, as a person who is called into this particular frequency, just have not unpacked it. I just have not unpacked it all the way. I'm almost there. You know, opera singers, the voice don't mature until you're 40. So really, the best opera singers' careers started, you know, as it relates to the maturity of their voice, their actual sound. A lot of that starts after 40. So I'm just hitting the mark. I just hit the mark, you know. So I got a long time to sit here and try to unpack this opera stuff. But as it relates to calling, I think is more so tied into what I'll be able to unpack as it relates to these frequencies that we call opera, classical music. You know, anyway, sorry about going on that tangent, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Hey Queen, anyway, to speed someone up on your process, I'll be willing to do a Zoom and get you coffee. Okay, we may can do that because I really don't I haven't operated Zoom. But somebody may mention that, you know, I could just move it to Zoom and that'll weed people out. I just don't see how that'll work. I just don't see how that'll work. Uh, hey Queen, I already got the genealogy service. Are you not doing it anymore? Oh yes, I'm still doing it. Yes, Hammer. I'm still doing it. I was like, I'm cutting it off on June 1st. So I'm just intaking people in up until June 1st, and then at June 1st, I'm only locking in with the people who got the service. I'm not offering those services anymore. I never really wanted to start back offering genealogy, but when I start doing the land search, I realized that a lot of people need genealogy because I'm going to end up doing genealogy if I'm hung up on one of your ancestors, because you got to get to the land the right way and you have to get to it using genealogy. Now, sometimes people can have their genealogy done, But when I get it and start looking at the records, it kind of doesn't match the dates. The dates kind of don't match. So the names can match, the dates gotta match, everything gotta match, guys. It could be one little fuck up, and people are just. You gotta think. Sometimes when you're going after land, the city, you're going up against the cities or the county or whatever jurisdiction the land is in, even if it's incorporated, even if it's in an unincorporated area, it still sits within a county. So that means you'll be going up against the county's attorneys. So when you go up against the county's attorneys, these people gonna pull the records. They're already gonna be able to do all that stuff. They're looking at vital statistics daily. They're putting your timelines together. They've already looked at these plat maps. They already know who owned what land and what families ain't came back to get what land, and whose land is just all pine trees now just overgrown. They already know all of this stuff. So when you come back to try to get that, you better have all of your ducks in a row, so much so that once you go to the courthouse and they and inquire about it, you start working with their attorneys or whatever, and they come to the conclusion that, yeah, you just owe taxes on it because they know it's yours after their discovery and you working with them, and you know whatever process. Every county is different, every city is different. Laws are different. Heirs property laws are different in certain states. So we just kind of gotta get the ducks in a row. I just help people get the ducks in a row as it relates to the actual people, the dates, the actual plots of land, whatever stories I can find. I just need to be able to find the land that you heard a rumor about. And that's kind of how I did the service. If you heard a rumor that your ancestors had land, let me see, can I find the rumor that you heard? And that was cool. I thought that was cool as hell. When I first got the idea to do that, I thought that was actually very cool. I thought that shit was cool, to be honest. But it is still cool. But guys, I just once I explain what I'm going to explain as it relates to this, then you all will probably people, especially people like Veteran and Roy PhD, and those of you who have been here, Miss YMAC, those of you all will probably have another way around this. I, Janice, do not. So my way around it is stopping it. But you all could possibly have another way around it. I don't know who's behind these cameras, guys. I don't know who's who. I just know I've had some smart people on here the whole time that has kind of just been here and didn't change their names and come back as a whole nother character. So some people that I've just seen, and y'all could be the fucking parliament. Y'all could be Queen Elizabeth's grandchild, far as I know. Some of y'all could be goddamn Kamala herself. I have no clue. Miss Wymack could be Kamala Harris. I don't fucking know. All I do know is there's some people on here that's very smart that may have a way around may have a way around me being parallel and my cereal bowls being knocked over every time I try. You know, that's the point. Um, let me see. You are a saint as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, veteran. Your concern for your people is shown by your love. Oop, I try. Oop, she about to set the house on fire. I beloved. I'm way far back on comments. Let me scroll all the way down. My sermon too good. I know the for these frauds, not the crib keeper. Yeah, I'll wait. Oh, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Hey y'all. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, for the people who get the service, that's just that. We got 48 hours left. For those who've already got their service, there's one particular thing. I think I started the service in April. Yeah, I started the service in April. It's May. That's a 2-month run, guys. God dang, that was good. Once you do once you do that thing that's in there, some of you should be getting your reports back. It usually takes 45 to 60 days depending on how much of a report they have to generate, but some of you should be getting some of your reports back now, and moving all the way forward with the process. Anyway, I'm about to get on here. I'll see y'all tomorrow, baby. My battery's gonna be charged. I'm gonna be good and calm. Okay, I'm gonna be good and calm. I ain't gonna be turned like I was today. I will be able to talk with a clear head on tomorrow and break this down just using my own self. Okay, and then I'll let y'all fill in the blanks in the chat. Anyway, the 72-hour land search is still up on the website if anybody want to get in on it before it's too late. If anybody want to get in on it before it's too late. And otherwise, other than that, thank you for the super chat. Who sent me a super chat? Chief Basketball for sure. I appreciate all of you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm gonna go live tomorrow. What time should I go live tomorrow? What time y'all be on live? I don't know what time I'm pop up tomorrow, but just expect me on tomorrow. Okay. I love y'all so much. Have a good night. Bye.